Hi, my name is Raven Newberry with the National Endowment for Financial Education, and today we are in Denver, Colorado, interviewing students, educators, and stakeholders on the impact of financial education.
My name is Gary Matola. I'm the research director at the FINRA Investor Education Foundation. I've been there for about 11 years now. And the FINRA Foundation, for short, our goal is to provide underserved Americans with the knowledge, tools, and access to make informed and effective financial decisions throughout their lives. So financial education is important to me and the work that we do for a number of reasons. But I would say the primary reason is wealth inequality. It's a big problem in America, we know that, and financial education is one tool to help deal with that wealth inequality. Now we know that there are many reasons that there are big wealth gaps, from structural racism and structural sexism to a host of other reasons. Financial education is just one tool that could help reduce that gap, and we know it's not a panacea, but we also know that it works, that it's effective, and it is one way to try to help close that gap. So do I support requiring a personal finance type course in high school? And the short answer is yes, absolutely, for a number of reasons. One, the research we've conducted suggests that most Americans, almost 9 in 10 Americans, support having some type of personal finance class in high school. But more importantly, it's effective. A number of prominent, talented researchers have looked into this question. They found that personal finance class in high school can improve credit behaviors, can improve student loan behaviors, and can reduce the use of high-cost borrowing. The last point I'll make, though, is not just high school. There's college as well, and requiring some type of personal finance course in college can be quite helpful, along with having it in high school. So what success stories have I seen in my life or in my work related to financial education? And I'm in a lucky position in the sense that I work for the FINRA Investor Education Foundation, so I get to hear a lot of anecdotes about people and how financial education has really helped their lives. I get to see research where you kind of see pre-post financial education type research where we could see that it's helping people's lives. But I think more importantly, I'm going to kind of twist the question a little here, and I think one of the big successes is what we collectively, NEFI and the FINRA Foundation and all the partners have been able to do to advance financial education. It is a fairly young field. 20 years ago, we weren't talking about this a lot. And in that time period, a lot of states have mandated financial education. We have much better data to really assess what's going on. So I guess the success I'm going to point to is the success of everyone in this space working together to improve the access to financial education and ultimately financial outcomes. I guess the one thing that I'd like to share is that sometimes I think financial education is misunderstood by the people we're trying to communicate with. That the thought, if you're speaking to high school students or even college students, the thought is that if I can increase my financial knowledge, I'm going to make perfect financial decisions. And that's not the case. The case is financial education is going to help you make more effective financial decisions. And I think that's important because it can be daunting for a high school student to say, wow, I have a lot to learn and I can't make mistakes. Well, you can make mistakes. I teach a personal finance course in college. And one of the things I tell my students is, look, if you measured me, I'd have high financial knowledge, but I could tell you I've made a number of financial mistakes throughout my life, but I learn from them and I try to improve. So I think it's important to try to communicate to people that it's okay to be a little worried about increasing your financial knowledge. No one's perfect, and the goal is to just help people make better financial decisions and ultimately increase their financial well-being.
To learn more, visit nefi.org.